so-called, ambiguous executive order. When you establish a board an organized executive order, by the very import, it's not a permanent or independent body, and it can be deregistered or de-established, so to speak, with the order of executive order at any particular point. And that's where I would imagine, naturally, they would therefore account their revenue through this respective department. But that said, not undone. Honorable Speaker, I want to commend the committee. They have brought out very salient issues that have never been part and parcel of debate in this country. And now the burden moves to the committee of implementation. And Honorable Speaker, you see it in, I don't know if you see it in public in the Business House Committee or you see it in the Speaker's panel. It's extremely important, Honorable Speaker, that you prevail upon the Committee of Implementation, whose chair is none other than my neighbor and my brother-in-law from Budalangi, that within every 6 months or so, they table their reports so that we are able to track what have they done in respect of various reports that have been submitted here. Honorable Speaker, this report has got very juicy and extremely important recommendations that should not be allowed to just lie there. Actually, if there was a way they could process this report before we finalize the budget-making process, so that there could be a recommendation that any state corporation, any body established by an executive order, or any body established through an act of parliament to operationalize the act, should not be disbursed funds unless and until they have addressed the anomalies raised by this committee. Parliament will start having teeth. Parliament will be parliament. Honorable Speaker, Parliament as it is, many members of the public think we have no teeth to bite. We just come and take money and go home. We know Madare Hospital houses people of different disposition, but that does not give them an excuse at all not to follow the PFM and other relevant acts. Honorable Speaker, for those who are disbursed funds and they did not utilize the funds and did not return the funds to the National Treasury, there can be no other way. I urge the committee, this committee, and the Committee of Implementation to prevail upon these sagas to return that money. And if they don't return that money, interest should accrue from the day when they were supposed to return and did not return, and the same accrued amount plus interest should be netted off for any future disbursement. And those responsible then should be prosecuted as the law requires. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for those comments. I support the report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the Honorable Troy Teach. What's your point of order?
Wait, we come here to debate.
Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 95. Honorable Speaker, that the mover be called upon to reply.
Very well. A member has risen from his place. Order, members. Order. Veteran TJ. Member has risen from his place and indicated that the mover be called upon to reply. Understanding Order number 95. Is that the mood of the House? Yes. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as those of a contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it. The debate will continue. So, next is Honorable Victor Koech of Chepalungu. Is in the House?
Yes, of
Proceed.
course I'm in the House, yes.
Kajuang, what's your point of order?
You know, Speaker, these are the moments that we learn. You know, members just come here and say 95 and that when they look at that order properly, you have to give reasons. You don't just rise on your place and you assume the Speaker's powers and then you decide that the mood of the House is such that they should be. And two, this is this is an order. Two, the Speaker would find you dilatory and even hold you out of order just because you want to frustrate discussions in the chamber. So, Mr. Speaker, these are the places where we learn some of these things for those of us who are too lazy to read the standing orders and understand them.
TJ, very well, but the matter you are raising has been overtaken by events and the debate will continue. Honorable Member.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Speaker, and equally, like my earlier colleague, Mheshimiwa Oundo, had given indication that indeed it was very necessary for the Public Accounts Committee to be split into several audit committees. This is the reason, Mr. Speaker, that the committee chair has actually, together with his members, looked and came up with a report that is today before this honorable House. Mr. Speaker, while I rise to support this particular motion, I would like to, in particular, having considered and having read, and equally having listened to the chair, he has indicated in his report that there are 23 state corporations that didn't comply with PFM Act of actually providing or submitting their financial report to the Auditor General. This is against the law, this is against the PFM Act. In observation, Mr. Speaker, the report indicates that the same state corporations continue to exist in the parent ministry, while in the same time, these state corporations are established with the different sagas. Mr. Speaker, we have been told, and I have read, that executive orders have been given to give way to the existence of these particular